What's going on, people? Myke C-Town. I want to say thank you for all your well wishes on this random weird sickness that I have. I'm feeling a bit better. It's still a bit bizarre. You know, I wake up daily with this horrible sore throat and a slight stomach ache. It's weird because like by midday it's gone. Then the next day, only after I've slept, it's back again. Like, it's really, really, really weird. I told a friend that I'm pretty sure I have a ghost. She told me something like, oh, it could be allergies or my sinuses draining. Of course, that idea never even came to mind. You know, my fucked up head immediately goes to, oh, you know, there's a ghost in this house that is somehow hurting my throat, like it's fucking my face while I'm sleeping or something, right? Because of course that makes way more sense than things that can be easily explained away like allergies or sinuses. Nope, I think I'm being mouth raped by some kind of like horned penis ghost. Fucking ridiculous. Anyway, I'm sick of this shit, man. So if any of you guys have any suggestions on what you think it could be, I'd super appreciate the help. I mean, is there like a SVU for ghosts? Like, you know, like Ghostbusters, but they catch like rapist ghosts? Do ghosts even rape? I'm sure they do. Like if it was like the ghost of like Michael Jackson or something that was just sneaking into my bedroom, that's too far. The only other idea I had for what it could be happening to me, you know how roaches love like deep, dark, wet places? Well, I imagine that maybe like a cockroach was crawling into my mouth every night while I'm sleeping and like biting me or pooping in my throat, and somehow that's irritating the back of my throat. And since I'm probably swallowing the roach poop, it's getting into my stomach and causing problems. That's totally logical, right? Like way more logical than sinuses or allergies, right? So check out what I did this weekend. My friend Clint showed me how to shoot guns. I'd never shot one before, and after all the weird shit that's been going on in my house, I felt like I needed to know how to at least handle a gun, because I do plan on buying a gun, but I wanted to be comfortable with guns first. So me and a friend, who probably doesn't want her name in my lame video, drove down to Monroe, Georgia, and I got to fire off a few pistols, some handguns, some shotguns, some hand cannons, missile launchers. So now I can finally threaten those little crumb snatchers across the way with more than, you know, my trusty yellow box cutter. The Dead End Hip Hop guys found it pretty funny that last time those motherfuckers came and banged on my door and ran away, they always come in twos. So, you know, right after the second time, I was like, okay, well, you know, you live right across the street, so you have to walk back to your house at some point. So I went outside, I turned the fucking porch light off, and I just stood out there, you know, me and my box cutter, and just did this. As they walked back into their house. And all I heard was, God damn, that nigga crazy. Which is perfect. Problem fucking solved. Those little fuckers haven't been over here since. I'm hoping they think that, seriously, if you come knock on my fucking door, you're gonna get some of this shit. Because I will cut the entire stomach off a little kid for banging on my door at 11:30 at night and running off. I don't play that shit. I know neither one of those was a what do you want to know question, but hey, you know what? It's my fucking video. I'll do what the fuck I want. And you know what you'll do? You'll accept that shit, you'll fucking watch that shit, and you'll enjoy it. Or you'll get some of this. Alright, so let's get into the questions. First question. Sad Cum PNG said, Anthony Fandango said, I need $5 to get Myke C-Town Senpai to notice me, and I am informing you I have the necessary funds to make this happen. I can show you the message as proof if need be. I only watch DEHH to hear your opinion, and sometimes Beezy because he's cool too. Dude, you can keep your $5 if you tell me what the fuck you're talking about. Actually, tell you what, I've officially noticed you. So you can keep your $5. But I want you to do this for me. I want you to go to your local grocery store, and I want you to buy a pack of the Sweet Mint Orbits chewing gum. Alright, I want you to chew it, the whole pack, chew it, and then I want you to stick it in your butt and let it dry. Then what I want you to do is Fart in the face of one of your closest friends and tell me how much of your fart smell is masked by the sweet scent of sweet mint. And what the fuck is senpai? Speak American, god damn it. Next question. Rastafari Movement said, "Hey Myke, I wanted to take the time to say that I look up to you as a role model, and I feel whenever you talk on certain subjects I'm interested in, whether it's about music or you just speaking in general, I find that what you say really speaks to me. If I am not familiar with what you are talking about, I become quite interested to learn about it. So my question is, when you were in your teen/pre-adult years, who did you look up to?" Wow, that's awesome, man. I'm really humbled, but let me first say, as much as I love you for those comments, I definitely don't think I should be your role model. I'm just some jackass who has access to a webcam and does a weird hip hop show. I'm not someone you should really look up to, but you're totally awesome for saying so. And all that aside, you should listen to everything I say because I'm fucking awesome. To be honest, I didn't really have too many role models when I was younger. I was just some weird kid, and I didn't feel like I was like anybody else. So I don't know, man. I guess all my role models were musicians and skaters. Let's see. I'll go through the skaters first, because that's probably a little bit easier. Ed Templeton, of course, because he was punk and vegan like me. Mike Vallely, because he was this big, tough, mean skater, and he beat people up for calling him shit like skater fag. And I wished I could be that tough when I was in school. Of course, Ray Barbie, because he was a rad skater. And of course, because he was one of the only really popular black skaters. And he always seemed like such a freaking cool ass dude, man. And he played guitar, which I thought was super cool. Jeremy Klein, because I always saw him as that nerdy, awkward skater that couldn't really get girls but could totally shred. So he kind of gave me hope, I guess. And God, Rodney Mullen, because he had his own style. He created his own style, and once I saw him in the Plan B virtual reality video, I fell in love with his skating and just like I said, his overall style and his essence, man. And then hearing him speak in interviews, I just find him fascinating. The way he sees the world, the way he sees skating and how it relates to the individual and how it makes you feel a part of something. The way he words things, I just think he's a brilliant mind. And I'm not afraid to say, dude, that if I met any of those skaters, I swear to God, I'd probably cry, because those dudes seriously were like, they meant so much to me when I was in 8th, 9th, 10th grade, man. Musicians, I'll definitely say, of course, Ian MacKaye, because I was straight edge in high school, so I mean, duh, Jello Biafra, because he was so damn smart, and he had all these cool worldviews that I didn't really understand at the time, but I knew that I should be thinking the same way as him. Carl from Earth Crisis, I loved his views on animal rights, and I was really, really, really big on animal rights and the vegan revolution when I was in school. And it was actually the Earth Crisis song, Eden's Demise, that made me go vegan. So I really looked up to Carl and his views on the world. Of course, Jimi Hendrix, because I wanted to be a guitar player when I was a lot younger. And again, when you're young and you're black and you're into rock and roll, you need someone that you can look up to, someone that can inspire you, not only because they can do what you're, aspiring to do, but because they look like you while they're doing it. So there's that. Del the Funky Homo Sapien, because he was into rap, he was into skating, he was a total weirdo. And even though he was a weirdo, he never got shit from other people in the scene for being such a weirdo. So again, he gave me hope that the scene would one day accept weirdos. And hey, look at me now. And Jesus, man, Robert Smith. I've said before that I feel like The Cure totally saved my life. I mean that in the way that their songs resonated with me so much. When I was a depressed little kid and I really didn't know what the hell was wrong with me, I had The Cure's music. His songs, particularly Disintegration, The words were just everything to me. And he's been one of my idols ever since, and I really feel like he'll be one of my idols till the day I die. And I'm also not afraid to say that, if I outlive him, the day he dies, man, I'm probably going to cry like a newborn child. I'll show you something. You see that? It's like a little mini cure shrine. I fucking love this guy, man. I know a lot of you guys were expecting me to say Morrissey, but to be honest, I hated Morrissey when I was in high school. I hated Morrissey through high school and much of my college career. I didn't get into Morrissey until way later, so he was definitely not one of my idols. I know you didn't ask for any advice or anything like that, but I'll say, dude, make sure the role models that you're looking up to are actually good people, and they're not just people that are doing cool stuff. There's a big difference. People that are just doing cool stuff, they could be complete and total douchebags, and they might end up leading you totally down the wrong path. So, and make sure you don't put too much stock in these people that you look up to, because a lot of the people that I've met that I really looked up to, some of them ended up being cool, but you never know. So make sure you understand that they're just people, and it's really nothing more than that. They might be people that have more of an expanded world view than you, may have more world experience than you, may have a little bit more wisdom than you, but that's really just it. So make sure you stay focused on that. But again, I really appreciate the kind words that you said about me. That's really cool. Next question. For what do you want to know? Opinion on Varg Vikernes? Are you a fan of Burzum? Little Goth Shouter. Well, little Goth Shouter, I'd love to tell you, but guess what? I'm actually going to be doing a collaborative video with two of my favorite metalheads from Twitter, Rich Owens and Jack McKeever, on this very subject. Well, more so about NSBM in general, how we feel about it, how we feel about listening to it, buying it, supporting it, etc. So look for that soon. Last question. Guai727 said, here is the what do you want to know question. What are your top 10 horror movies, ranging from old movies like Blair Witch Project to the more current ones on Netflix like The Den and The Fourth Kind? Also, they can be in any genre like slasher, found footage, or psychological. For time's sake, I'm not going to go super in depth with all of these, but here goes. Hellraiser, classic material, back when it was about creating worthwhile horror movie characters. This movie's awesome. Suspiria, just a really classy, artsy horror movie. Exorcist, just for the balls this movie had to have some of the scenes that are in it. The backward spider walk, the fuck me Jesus, that shit, man. The fact that it was so sacrilegious was just unheard of. By the way, the book was definitely better. I read that when I was like 14. Scared the fuck out of me, but it was totally worth it. Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 3. Dream Warriors! Easily my favorite Freddy Krueger movie. Welcome to the prime time, bitch! This was to me when Freddy was really developed as a horror movie icon. The evilness, the sarcasm, the humor. This is when it was really, really solidified. Dawn of the Dead. Of course, Night of the Living Dead was the beginning, but Dawn of the Dead was truly where the zombie movie phenomenon was created, in my opinion. Prince of Darkness. A lot of people I talk to have never heard of this movie, but it's absolutely incredible. The atmosphere, the tension. Still to this day, I'm not 100% sure what the hell was going on in that movie, but it's fucking awesome. Evil Dead Part 2, the perfect spin on the zombie genre, the whole storyline with the Necronomicon, Ash as the ultimate anti-hero, the weird comedic elements, all the gallons of fake blood that are used in this movie. It's just awesome, man. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the creepiness, the characters that they created for this weird cannibal family, the twisted ass storyline, the way it's filmed, the fact that it actually had me thinking when I was a kid that this was really a movie based on real life events. It's brilliant. Wicker Man, another one of those movies that not many people I know have heard of, but it's one of my all-time favorite movies. Again, the artsy creepiness that it created, the whole portrayal of pagan culture, the addition of these weird pagan folk songs into the movie. It's just awesome. And finally, Aliens, another one of my all-time favorite movies. You know, Alien was great, and it gave that really cool spook factor and all the tension and whatnot, but Aliens is where it really came to life. When they go to LV-426, into the actual lair, you know, of the xenomorphs, the crazy shit that goes down in there. The movie blew me away when I first saw it, and it continues to be an absolutely incredible movie for me. So that's it for this edition of What Do You Want to Know? As usual, thank you for all the questions, and thank you for living, thank you for loving, thank you for being you. And I'll see you guys next time. Alright? Peace, bitches. Try that again. One more time. Way cooler when they do that shit in the movies.